What's going on, guys? My name's Gerard. Today we're going to learn how to backside Smith stall. Before you learn this trick, you should know how to backside 5-0 stall. So first thing you need to know about the backside Smith stall, it's all about the dip. So how the trick works, you're going to come up, stall on your back truck like a 5-0 stall, but instead of holding your front truck up, you're going to dip it back into the transition and then come back in. What makes this trick different from a 5-0 stall is on a 5-0 stall, you're normally stalling just on your heel side wheel. For a Smith stall, you're actually going to get that back truck all the way up on the coping, so that way your toe side wheel is locked up. What that does is just give you a more stable base to allow you to dip that front truck back into the coping. A lot of people use different foot positions for this trick. I've seen people have their foot right in the middle of the board. I've seen people have their foot over the bolt. That's personally where I like to put my foot. I like to have my foot right over the 4 bolts. I feel like it gives me a nice center of balance that when I dip the truck in, I can maintain that weight on my back foot. That's one of the keys to this trick. All the weight needs to stay on your back foot. Even though you're dipping the front of the board into the transition, you're kind of just pushing your front toes down to get the board to go down into the transition. All the weight is in your back seat, sitting on that back foot. For me, the real key to this trick is actually in the shoulders. Up until now, we've talked about how your shoulders are going to guide which way the board goes, and that's still true. But when you get into more advanced tricks and stalls like a Smith stall, your shoulders are also going to stop your board too. So instead of coming up and turning your shoulders all the way to be parallel like you would for an axle stall or backside 5-0, you're actually going to want to keep them perpendicular to the coping. What I found this does is keep you from turning all the way in, allows you to put the weight on that back foot so you can dip the board in. When you're ready to come in, it's just like an axle stall or a 5-0. Turn your shoulders in, lift up a little bit on the front truck, and lean back into the ramp. When you're first learning it, you might not even need to do that. Because the front of the board is already dipped in, a lot of times you can just lean your body weight in, your wheels will ride over the coping, and you can ride back in. For me, a lot of the problems I had when learning this trick was over-rotating. So I would come up, try and get to the Smith, kind of spin around and just fly off the board, and I found that came from rotating my shoulders too much. Like I said, for a trick like this, you're not only going to use your shoulders to guide the board, you're actually going to use them to stop it. So if you're having trouble over-rotating, make sure you keep those shoulders perpendicular, point those front toes out to dip the board, and then ride away. Backside Smith stalls are one of the most stylish tricks on a mini ramp, and they're a lot of fun when you start to grind them, especially on bigger ramps. It's kind of a weird trick at first because you're not turning your shoulders all the way like you normally would. You're shifting a lot of that weight to your back foot, even though the board is dipping down in the transition. So it can be a little tough to get a feel for that distribution of weight on your board. But once you get it, it's one of those feel tricks that you kind of just have, and it's one of the most fun tricks that you'll do in your line. Don't forget, leave a comment down below. Let me know what trick you want to learn next or what trick you want to see me learn next. And if you learn a new trick, send a video my way. Might find yourself at the end of the next video. Till then, see you guys next time.